And it's coming down to the wire with a state of emergency set to expire Friday at midnight. Talks heat up amid a battle to reopen Michigan for business.
We're going to begin, though, with the passing of another grim milestone. Coronavirus cases in the state have now eclipsed 40,000. But as we come to you with Local 4 News at 5, important to note the number of new cases has hit a plateau, and experts say that means social distancing is working.
The number of tests is also ramping up, so let's go ahead and look at today's numbers. Today, there were 1,137 new cases of the virus, and it took the lives of 103 Michiganders in the last 24 hours. And while the battle against COVID-19 is far from over, a debate is raging in Lansing over plans to reopen the state for business.
This happening as Michigan's state of emergency is set to end tomorrow night. Governor Whitmer wants it extended. Republicans want her to speed up the reopening plan. So with a day to go, crunch time to come up with a deal. Rod Maloney following it all from Lansing after a very busy day and what may be a busy evening too, Rod.
Well, it's going to be a busy tomorrow, actually, Devin. They have come to the crossroads, and the governor basically told the legislature, we're done talking here. It looks like she's going to extend the order on her own. The legislature isn't liking to hear that. But before we get to all of that drama, let's hear about construction opening. A couple of 100,000 construction workers across the state will be happy about this.
This Friday, I'll be signing an executive order that will open both residential and commercial construction by May 7th.
The governor had been hinting at construction returning for days now, and so next Thursday, 8 days from now, she will allow construction to resume across the state of Michigan. But this is not playing well with the Republican-controlled legislature, which went into full session today, looking to decide whether to grant the 28-day state of emergency declaration that the governor had originally asked for. Legislative leaders offered her 2 one-week extensions in exchange for faster reopening implementation. It was a negotiation, and one the governor obviously was not interested in participating in, and she slammed the legislature heartily in her press conference this afternoon.
We remain in a state of emergency. I don't know of any other legislature in the country that is just deciding to declare that the global pandemic that killed 103 Michiganders since yesterday is over. It is not over. We remain in a state of emergency until the order is rescinded, and I do not have any intention of rescinding that right now.
And so where does that leave us? Here at the legislature tomorrow with a vote as to whether to extend or not, and then the possibility of court. We're going to talk more about this coming up on Local 4 News at 6. We've got some sound with the speaker. You'll be able to hear his corner of this. And so as it stands right now, legislature back in tomorrow. There's also talk about a protest here tomorrow as well. Back to you.
Well, Rod, the governor put out a plan to help frontline workers get college degrees. Talk a little bit about that.
Yeah, one of the things that she said is that there is federal money available for her to start offering people who don't have college degrees but are working on the front lines, the grocery workers, perhaps truckers, and other people who don't have degrees and want one, to get them free college at a community college. She says there is money to do it. She's going to be ramping that up in the days to come.
All right, Rod Maloney on a breezy afternoon there in Lansing. Kim.
Well, at his daily coronavirus update, Mayor Mike Duggan says construction in Detroit will restart, with the city taking every precaution to get crews back to work. Mayor Duggan says safety on job sites is so important because of how hard the city and particularly the African-American community have been impacted.